You are now listening to the IELTS podcast. Learn from tutors and ex-examiners who are masters of IELTS preparation. Your host, Ben Worthington.
Hello there, IELTS podcast listeners. In this tutorial, we're going to be talking with Anabel, who is originally from Cuba. She's got a very interesting story, and she scored very well in the IELTS exam. So, Anabel, welcome to the podcast. Could you just tell us a bit about yourself and why you're taking the IELTS, or why you took the IELTS exam?
Sure. Hello. How are you? I'm Anabel. I'm originally from Cuba, as you said before. I lived in Mexico for 20 years, then the US, and I'm currently living in London. I took the IELTS because it was part of the things I had to do in order to start my LLM, which is a master's degree for lawyers. And I'm going to study at LSE, which is the London School of Economics and Political Science here in London. And I'm starting in September this year. And wow. I was struggling because I needed, so LSE was asking for 7 in writing. And it was not that I didn't have the knowledge because, I speak English. But the thing is that this course specifically helped me to find the structure they wanted, like the framework. So I followed the recommendations. I didn't even finish the course because I had my exam, like I booked the exam for 2 weeks, so I was not able to finish the course.
Okay.
But yeah.
But you did get some feedback, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So I sent 2 essays.
Mm-hmm.
You know what helped me? I realized I was not answering the questions.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
so actually, yeah.
What were you doing? What were you doing before?
Sometimes, well, in the feedback, I realized that sometimes, I don't know, I was answering some other stuff and not, the question. Also, and I don't know, it was easier than I thought.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So before this, you were practicing, but you maybe writing out some essays, but you did not get any feedback. And then when you got feedback, you realized, oh, this is why I'm not getting the grades I want, because I'm not answering this question being asked in the paper.
Yeah, and also the examples, I use the method like, I don't know, mentioning research from certain universities have proven that blah, blah, blah. No? So that helped me a lot.
What did you use for your examples before that?
I was using examples from my life.
Okay, I see.
So not that academic. So I think that also helped. Also, what else? The introduction, conclusion, like having a framework. Firstly, secondly, like outweighing the 2 sizes of the question, like the positive, the negative, like drawbacks.
Like analyzing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I mean, just to rewind, it sounds like you weren't analyzing the question and you weren't sort of like dropping it into the framework. And it seems as well that you kind of just like worked through the course and then sent off some essays. But as you were going through the course, it seems like you had quite a few aha moments. Would that be fair?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, and just to change topic before we move on, you're going to be starting at the LSC in September, and if COVID comes back, will you have to study from home? Do they have, I don't know, do they have they prepared for that?
Yes. They are. They are prepared for that, but I hope, fingers crossed, that
Okay.
we don't have another lockdown here in London, because I'm fed up. I think
I know. Yeah, I can
Mm.
relate, especially
So
with your three kids as well. That must have been very intense.
yes, it was. It was, and actually, it started from the US, because when this COVID happened, we were in the US.
Mm,
So classes were online when we were in the US. Then we came here. We arrived during the summer,
mm-hmm.
and then in September I was like, oh, they're gonna go back to school, and again lockdown.
Oh, oh my word. Okay, yeah. I can see, I can see it's time to change topic. I could relate. So before you jumped into our online course, did you try any other online options? Did you try any, like, I don't know, a tutor, face-to-face tutor?
I didn't try the tutor. I took a course back in Mexico in the British Council,
Mm-hmm.
but it was not that good. I mean,
Oh,
I think you gave me more like pragmatic uh, recommendations,
mm.
because I mean, like you said during the podcast, I don't want to prove my intelligence. I get the grade, the freaking 7. And you know what? And also, I think it was useful because I was struggling to get ideas. I like to
Mm.
take my time when I'm writing, and I think the course helped me to do the brainstorm,
Mm.
to get some ideas, because when I took the exam before, I was struggling to get ideas, and it was actually easier than I thought. And you don't have to come up with brilliant ideas. Just you want to communicate something easy and smooth.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. Like I've said before this, and you said it again. It's not a test of intelligence. It's a language test. Language is communication. Your ideas just have to be reasonable, believable. You do not have to solve global warming with your IELTS task 2 essay. You just have to
Yeah.
put some semi-believable, some believable, reasonable solutions. And I think, like you just said, once students realize this, I think it takes a lot of pressure off them, and so that we can focus on the actual writing, focus on the language, which is the whole point of the test. So you were doing a British Council course in Mexico.
In Mexico.
May I ask what that consists of?
It was like a fast track
Mm-hmm.
IELTS.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I think, 4 weeks, and it was like it included everything, like listening, reading. They gave you tips, writing, of course.
Mm-hmm.
but most of the students were struggling with writing.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, a lot of students in my LLM group in the master's degrees, in the master's degree, were struggling as well with the IELTS because they needed the 7 in writing, and everyone was getting 6.5. And
See.
actually, I have a friend that she told me she took the IELTS 5 times,
Wow.
which
Wow.
is
A
a
lot
lot
of
of
money.
money. A lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
she spent almost £1,000.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so frustrating. It's so
it was
frustrating.
crazy.
And
Yeah,
did you get a 6.5 before? Were you also stuck at 6.5?
yeah. I was stuck with the 6.5.
And how were you going with the other parts of the test?
Great. And that was the most frustrating thing, that I was getting 8 in reading, writing, in reading, listening, speaking. I was getting 7 all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't change.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, the first time I took the IELTS, I got a 6 in speaking,
Oh,
but I
why?
think I was very nervous, and the
Ah,
guy in the interview, he was not very friendly.
oh,
And
okay.
yes, I think he was sick that day, and he wasn't feeling that great. So
Oof. Oh no, that's not good.
I didn't
So,
have luck that day, but I was getting 7 like
mm-hmm.
the following. So 1, 2, 3. So in total, in my life, I have taken the exam 4 times.
4 times. Great. And
Yeah.
the first time, well, you were usually getting about an 8 for reading and listening, and the
Yes.
speaking was started off at a 6, but eventually got up to a 7.
Yeah.
What do you think changed when in your speaking exams to get from a 6 to a 7?
So I moved to the States.
Mm.
So I think I was able to practice more.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
And also I took some classes at Harvard, which were very dynamic. You have
Mm-hmm.
to participate a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that gave me like the push
Yeah.
uh, to speak and practice more. But I was still struggling with the writing.
I see. So all this time, even though your speaking was improving, you were still stuck at the 6.5.
Yes,
Oh, oh. And how did that make you feel?
awful. I'm like, I must be stupid. Like, what's wrong
Yeah.
with me? I don't get it.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, and also, so actually my husband found about you in the course, and he told me like, oh, I found this thing on the internet, and it says the course is, I don't know, this amount, but if you don't get the 7, you can ask for a reimbursement.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I
Yes.
was like, they must have like, the tip or the
The secret
secret.
sauce.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. Yeah. So was that the kind of like tipping point? Was that the guarantee? Was that what made you say, okay, I've got nothing to lose? And
Yes.
and I don't want to blow I don't want to blow my own trumpet here, but you didn't even complete the course. You didn't even do
No.
all the essay corrections. You just did a
No.
couple of them. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. And I think what happened in this case then, Anabel, is that your language skills were obviously with your 8s in your reading and your listening, and your 7 in your speaking were quite high. And in your case, I guess you were missing kind of like just the final 20 meters of the 100-meter sprint. You just needed this exam knowledge, which the exam skills, which I think you got via the feedback.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful. And who gave you the feedback? Was it Daphne or Ellen?
I think it was Ellen.
Right, I see. And was there anything else? You said before that she helped you with focusing on the actual question being asked. The course gave you advice about the structure of the essay and the examples to give and how to give examples. Is there anything else that helped you think, get to that 7?
The P1, P2, like, structuring your essay. That was also very helpful. I just needed structure and order.
Yeah, like a system to follow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember when I stumbled across this just one basic idea, the P1, the P2. And for me, after that point, personally, I could start writing a couple of task 2 essays an hour, just knocking them out. It became so much easier. And other students have said the same. Now, is there anything else that you would like to mention about working with Ellen that we haven't mentioned? No?
I don't know. I'm thinking, but I mean, she helped me with the P1, P2. I sent like 16. You gave me like 16 questions, and I had to send ideas. And that was really helpful. And then I sent a couple of essays, and I got the feedback actually one day before the exam.
Wow, that's really good.
It was like speed dial.
Yeah, I think the benefit of getting this feedback so quickly, getting it back into your hands, is that in this case, it actually was probably fresh in your mind going into the exam. It wasn't like an essay that you handed in a week ago. You wrote it recently, you got the feedback recently, and then even more importantly, you had it recently fresh in your mind, reviewing it. And then within a couple of hours, within the very next day, you're in the exam and you're writing your answer. Do you remember what essay question you had?
Oh my God. I think it was about like kids going, wait, let me think about it. I think it was kids that they do not manual jobs, but that they are successful, but they don't go to school. Something like that.
Okay.
I really don't remember very good.
But did you how were you in the exam room? Were you quite comfortable, quite relaxed?
No, I thought I was like, no, I saw the question and I didn't have a lot of ideas. So I just put the first one I came up with. And actually I was like, oh, Christ, this was not really good. And then I got the score and I was surprised because I thought it went wrong. And I was actually surprised. I was not expecting my 7. Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
But I was really happy.
No more IELTS. You're not going to finish the course and write some more essays and send them in?
I don't know. You know what? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will because I already paid for the course.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Probably I'm going to finish it when my kids go back to school because right now they're on vacations.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
going back next week.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have more time to work, study.
Uh-huh. You know what you could
Yeah.
do, Annabelle? You could finish the course and take the IELTS test again, and then we do another
No!
call. We do another call. No, fair enough. I understand. Fair enough. But yeah, I imagine as well doing it at a leisurely pace and doing it with no pressure and just to get the feedback and just to get that and just to improve your writing, I imagine would be quite a rich experience. And also it definitely won't harm you for your own preparation for LSE when you start there, I guess. Okay. All right. So
Definitely.
final question. What would you
Yes.
say to anybody who's probably thinking about joining the online IELTS course we have at IELTSPodcast.com?
Oh my God, like do it right now. Don't spend your time or money taking IELTS forever. I wish I knew about this course from the beginning.
Yeah.
It would have saved me a lot of money.
And time.
Yeah, but
And
actually, there were when I took the exam, I remember that there were doctors there who needed the IELTS to work here in London, and one of them, he was from Austria, I think, and his English was really good.
yeah.
But he had the same problem.
Oh.
Last exam, he got 6.5 in
Mhm.
writing, and in the rest, he got 8, and then 6.5
Oof.
in writing. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I took this course. Let's see how it works.
Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta keep an eye out for this Austrian doctor. And if you're listening, and if you did have a call, if you did have a chat with Annabelle before your exam, then you know that this course works. So come and join us, please, Mr. Austrian doctor.
Yes, it will save you a lot of money and time.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, well, I think that's everything. Do you have anything more to say before we finish, Annabelle?
Yes, I'm very happy I don't have to take the IELTS anymore.
No, well done to you, eh? Well done, and congratulations. And I'm very excited, and yeah, I'm very happy that you could just close this chapter. No more IELTS tests. You're on your way to LSE. You're on your way to getting the what was it? The masters in masters as a lawyer. Is that right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Master of law. That's it.
Yeah.
That's super. Thank you very much, Anabel.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening to IELTSPodcast.com.